Hey everybody, welcome to this board game life episode number 111 titled I'm Not Ready to Start. That's what it's titled. Now, looking to 2026, you caught me off guard, Mark.
You said you were ready.
I was ready, and then you hit record, and then my show notes were buried, and I have like a million tabs open, as you know
Yeah.
very well. So I was able to pull it up frantically here while we're doing it. Anyway, this is This Board Game Life, episode 111. I am one of your fine hosts for today. My name is Rob, and that other sexy, sultry voice that you heard was my good buddy Mark.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Where every show is like the first.
Yeah, of course.
You think we've done like 1,000 episodes? No, close to. I know you have.
It's embarrassing to say how many we've done since we're always having problems.
Yeah.
That's technology. It's not our fault.
Exactly. There we go. Blame technology and who knows what else.
Always blame technology.
Exactly. Anyway, this is a show about gaming, board gaming, card games, miniatures games, whatever we want to talk about. And we are winding up 2025. It's already, well, as of this recording, it's going to be 2026. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from now, right? I mean,
just
2.5 days.
Yep.
Approximately, before midnight, actually less than 2.5 days. So, there's a lot of new stuff that's going to be coming out in 2026. Heck, we've got all the new releases that are coming out. We've got the whole convention season, potentially dozens, if not hundreds of games that are going to be played over the next 12 months. And we're going to talk about some of the games that we are really looking forward to in the upcoming year. So these are all going to be games that are going to be releasing in 2026-ish, I guess is a good way to put it, because, sometimes things get delayed and that's how it goes. So I guess before we get on to discussing that, a couple of quick things we want to cover. First of all, you can find a ton of our content up on the YouTubes. So you can find our podcast up there, video and audio formats. Mark does a ton of great unboxings. We've got some playthroughs, some reviews. Make sure to check that out. Like and subscribe if you could. Liking the videos really helps the algorithm and is a great way to support the show. It doesn't cost anything. Just one tiny little click or one little tap, depending on the platform that you're on. And then before we get on with everything else, let's talk about some of the stuff that we've played lately. So, Mark, what have you been playing lately? It looks like you got a really awesome list here.
Oh man, it's been a little while, I think, since we've recorded last. Because how did this list get so large?
I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed. That is a big list.
And I made sure that I went back to where I left off last time we did, recorded. So got a lot of stuff in. I've had a lot of opportunity to play some games. And so let me just try to jump through this. Some of this I'm going to try to blur through. Some of it I'm going to talk about because it's been the first time that it has been discussed on our show, at least to my knowledge, or the first time I have played it. But the first game that I did get introduced to is a game by Simon Luciani, and Danilo Sabia. It's Rats of Wistar, which came out in 2023. And this is a really fun game. I really dug this. And you are basically playing like a rat who's trying to escape from a lab, and you're going through like the house, like this house, and trying to do various things and gather various items, I guess, and you're trying to escape, I guess, out of the lab, the house, whatever you're in. So, but you're doing some worker placement to like putting your little mice on certain areas to do actions, and it's quite fun. I really did enjoy Rats of Wistar. Is this one you've ever played, Rob?
I had it in my hand to pick it up. I have not picked it up or played it, but I wound up putting it back. But I've heard good things about it, and it might be picked up
Yeah.
sometime in the next couple months.
Yeah, it's one I'm like, I was gonna grab a copy, but I'm really, really trying hard to just like, I got a friend who has it, so I don't.
Yeah,
I'm trying to change my thinking back to, well, if a friend of mine has it, I can play with them, or if I really need it, they'll let me borrow it. I mean, I borrow games to them all the time. They'll let me borrow it,
yeah.
so I don't have to own it. So, but it's one I do want to play again. So, very, very interesting,
Well,
fun game.
I could say we don't have to own any of the games that we have. It's more
Whoa,
want.
whoa, whoa!
You're like, hey now.
Easy,
It's like,
easy,
yeah,
calm
that's
down.
like, yeah, don't go too crazy with that.
So, like my sign says back here, yes, I do need all these board games. So, all right. So that's Rats of Wistar, really fun game. Next, I did play The Gang. So I talked about that a couple of times. I've also played Bomb Busters. So I got my little group back together to continue our like campaign. There's like 66. It's not a campaign, but there's like scenarios that you can play. So we continued through like playing some more scenarios, and it's a really fun game. I do like Bomb Busters. I did play Lightning Train again. This was my second time playing it. The first time the game place that we were at shut down, we did not get to play a complete game. And I was like, this is pretty cool. I want to play it again. We played it again, and my opinion on this game has drastically changed. I really don't like it now that I've played a full game. And I'm trying to figure out why. And at first I was like, I didn't really, like, not really sure, but there's like, it seems to me it's like one of those games that I don't know if you'll ever complete the whole rail line all the way across the country. Like, it's a very slow moving game to start, like score wise. And it's a low scoring game. It will pick up as you move along, but there's, to me, I think for me, the game's just a little too slow, I think. And I just, I don't know. I'm going to probably have to play it again one more time, but my opinion on my second play actually kind of diminished, which is usually not a good sign. Just, I don't know. There was something about it. I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool the first time. And then when we played a full game, I was like, I don't know if that was really that exciting. But we'll see. So the jury's still out. I do think this game still does rate very highly on BGG. I'm going to go double check that. But yeah, I mean, it was a hot one for, was it this last year? Or yeah, 2025. This is one that was at Gen Con this year that people were trying to get. It's designed by Paul Denon, who has made some amazing games. But this one is, yeah, we'll see. I'll try to play it again and see if my opinion changes. But I can't even really do a review of it because it's just kind of like, So I'm going to do one more try and then maybe do a review on this one. So we'll see where that ends up. Next, I played some more ISS Vanguard. Also got to play a game that I'm so excited by this. I got introduced, and Rob, I know you're familiar with this one, Mechs versus Minions.
Oh, yeah.
It's from the people that, in the video game world, I guess they'd make League of Legends.
Yes,
right?
Riot Games. Yep.
Riot Games. And I guess the story that I heard was, this video game company made so much money on League of Legends, they're like, let's try to make a board game. And they originally, I guess, sold the game for like $75 and $5 shipping. And
right.
This game is like, I'm not going to get the box because I have to go grab it. But it's
It's a big
huge.
box. Yeah.
You can check out the my unboxing video on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's like a mini coffin.
yeah. But this game is so much fun. I had to go find a copy. It's not something you can get. You do have to go to the secondhand market. I did get a copy from someone on BGG, and big shout out to them because this I even wrote the guy and I was like, dude, thank you so much. The day I bought it, the day I sent him the money, he went to the store or he mailed it like that day.
Oh, nice.
And I had it the next day. Like, I know he's only a state away, but still, wow. I got this thing the very next day. It's in great condition. It's absolutely beautiful. And honestly, I didn't pay that much more over what he probably originally paid for it. So it was well worth it. And it's absolutely Mechs versus Minions. If you get an opportunity to play this game, do. It is a programming game. So everybody gets their little minion and their mech, and they're gorgeous. They're like pre-painted out of the box, absolutely beautiful. Yep. And then there's I'm exaggerating, but not by much. There's 1 million minions in this box. There's a ton of little minions. They are not painted. They're all gray. You can paint them if you want, but there's a ton of them. And they are going to come out and swarm the board, and they work from one end, and you guys work at the other end, and you're moving together. It's a cooperative game, and you're just trying to wipe out all of them and get everybody to the other end of the board. But the way you play is by having cards that you put in your board in front of you, like I think it's like 6 slots. And so when you draft a card, you pick which slot it's going to go in. And then on your turn, you do the cards in order from slot 1 through slot 6. So it's like programming. So it's, you're going to have to plot your moves, like how to move down, but you never know where someone's going to be. Sometimes you're going to be facing the wrong way because your card will say rotate left or rotate right or something to that effect. But you do have to have movements and shooting and attacking and different things. And it's crazy because once you lock in, you're locked in. That's how your program is going to run. And it's so fun. Such a cool game. I've not had any other games that have that like programming mechanic, and it's at least not that I can think of. That definitely not like this type of game. It's so cool. So that's Mechs versus Minions. Next, I got to play Madcala, and I am saying it correctly. This is the Wonderland's War version of Madcala. So it's called Madcala. And it is like that Alice in Wonderland characters, and it is a 2-player game that you are playing basically Madcala, if you will. But you get all these different character abilities and these other special abilities that you can use in the game, and it's really fun. I really do like it. And of course, if you're familiar with Wonderland's War, it is a beautiful, beautiful production of this game, and that's Madcala. Next, I got to show this off because it's sitting right next to me. This game is awesome. Flamecraft Duals. Yeah, you can see it in this it's like a little suitcase.
Yeah, it's really small.
Yeah, it even has a little latch on it, and then you open it up, and there's the game board right there. So, and then you're like, well, where are the components? You lift these up, and on this side, you've got all the tiles in a bag, and on the other side, you have your card holders and the cards, your metal coins and stuff.
It's pretty cool.
And then it's all in there, and then you just play. When you're done, you put it away, and there you go. It's intended to be very travel ready to go. But so if you're familiar with Flamecraft, it's the same, the same dragons, kind of from that world, but it's a completely different game. You're each player, it's just a 2-player game, and you got these little acrylic tiles that are sitting out on the board in their starting spaces, and then you are pulling stuff out of a bag. You're going to pull a tile out and you place it, and then you're trying to, and you have these cards that are going to be in your hand, and you're trying to get these certain types of dragons in a certain order, either in a line or 3 like in a triangle. it's basically a match 3 game, really, is what it is. And it's actually plays really quick. It's actually really fun. The quality, again, is outstanding for the deluxe edition, which is what I have. So I've got the really nice acrylic tiles and things like that. So you get that nice, what is it, Rob? The clinking of the tiles and in that. But it's a really fun little game. You can stack tiles on top up to like 3 high. So if someone puts a tile in, you're not locked out. You can put another tile in on top to make your connections if you want. Really fun little game. Again, Flamecraft Duals. This should be hitting stores here really quick, if not already, because again, I was a backer and the backers are getting all their copies now. So look for Flamecraft Duals in the store near you very soon. And again, it's not an expensive game. It is a fantastic game. Next, I played Gems of Iridescia. This was one I had my eye on to crowdfund. I decided against it, but I did end up getting a copy now that it's out into retail. And I enjoy this game. It's a fun, you are trying to like control, it's like a market control. You're trying to manage, like when you digging for minerals, you will change the price. So like when you mine them, then the value goes up. So now they're worth more when you sell them, but you can also crash that particular gem's market by mining it when it's at a 6. It will reset to a value of 1 at 6. So you have 6-sided dice that you flip to manage, what their value is of that particular gem. And you're moving up the board and pulling, flipping these tiles. Everything's random, and you're getting gems, and then you can mine for gems, and then you can buy things from the store to give you abilities and stuff. And you're trying to get, maximize your points and things like that. But the whole point of like you could crash the market or change values, and you see what other people have, what other gems other people have. It's not a mean game, but it has a couple of opportunities that you can play meanly and crash the market and hurt other people. So it's not a lot, but there are some moments that allow it to be kind of a mean game. But it's a fun game. I do enjoy Gems of Iridescia. Then my group got into Pandemic Legacy Season 2. So we started our next Pandemic Legacy game. And wow, this one, Pandemic Legacy Season 1, we felt was pretty easy for our group. We only lost a couple of games throughout the whole thing. For the most part, we really were very successful. Season 2, right out of the tutorial, has kicked our butt. It plays so different from the first one, and it's like we're trying to wrap our head around, okay, so we're so used to how the first one played. Now it's like, okay, we got to completely kind of reset our thought and how we played the original. This one is going to be very different, but it is absolutely fantastic, and it has ramped up the difficulty. So we're really excited to keep moving in this. And once January gets here, we will continue our Season 2 campaign. Broke out the Quacks of Quedlinburg. Had some people in my group want to play that game, so I brought that to a game night. I love the Quacks of Quedlinburg. In the U.S., they've released it in the U.S., called it Quacks, and have changed the artwork. I prefer the Quacks of Quedlinburg's look and even the name. But if you see in the U.S., if you see the game called Quacks, it is Quacks of Quedlinburg. So absolutely excellent game. You're doing a bag building, you're drawing. It's a push your luck game, a bag building game. You are trying to get all the non-white tokens out of your bag and into your pot that you're mixing up this pot. And if you get more than a value of 7 of the white tokens, then your pot explodes, and you pay the price for that. So, but it's a really super fun game, and it's one of those that you can, easy enough for people to kind of, I would also say this is a gateway game. It's not hard. It's pretty easy to learn, and people really enjoy this game, and I think it's potentially a very, very much a gateway game. Next, Super Mega Lucky Box. It's bingo with chaining. You're chaining things with these little bingo cards. It's super fun, and you can have a lot of people playing. I also played Shadow Hunters. Mentioned that several times. It's a fantastic game. It's another one I want, but I don't want to spend $250 when I got a guy in my game group that brings it every week, so I can play it for free. So, all right. Next was one of my big Awakened Realms current arrival, Puerto Rico 1897 Special Edition. Oh, Rob, I love it.
It's a classic.
And this game is so good, and this edition is phenomenal. I absolutely love the special edition. It was well worth the money, in my opinion. And your box that you got looked larger than my shipping box. So did you go all in and get the 3D buildings and stuff too?
I've got the terrain, but I did not get the acrylic.
Oh, yeah. I think you did that wrong. Those acrylic tiles are awesome. I absolutely love that. I think that's probably the thing I like the most about them is what they've done with those tiles, but doesn't impact the gameplay. But I am curious about what you think of the terrain.
I cracked the box and I was looking at it. It looks really nice. I do have a concern because I did get the acrylic hex. No, the 3D terrain. What was it called? The stuff for the Castles of Burgundy.
Yeah.
What is it?
They had like buildings.
The terrain 3D pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel that kind of slows the game down. So I'm just concerned about the terrain pack for Puerto Rico, that it does something similar, but don't know until you play it.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous game, absolutely beautiful, and I'll just put a plug in here. Please go check out, if you're interested in, go check out my unboxing of Puerto Rico 1897 Special Edition. There is some things they did in this game that I'm like, I had no idea, didn't realize that it was the design and care that they put into the insert. I wish other big box game makers would do the same effort that Awakened Realms has done. This is by far the best large box insert I've ever seen. It's designed and thought out to open the box. You got 2 players, here's what you pull out. You got 3 players, pull these out. You don't have to sit here and go, okay, I got 800 little cubes. Oh, but I only have 3 players, so I only need 200 of them. Let's count out 200 and then remove the rest. I know I'm being a little exaggerating, but a lot of games are like all your components are in one. Here it's like, well, pull these trays out if you have this many players, and then all the components you need are already there in that player count. Yep. Makes it super easy to put away too. So thank you, Awakened Realms, and whoever there came up with that. It goes to the level of Awakened Realms does these big box games. They're a lot of money, but it's like one of those quality of life things that to me just absolutely screams quality and the worth and the value of the project. Because, you'll open up another game and then it's just like, oh, here, we gave you baggies. And then it's a box that you got to bag everything up. And then it's nothing but 100 baggies in the box. And I hate that. And this was like so well thought out. Beautiful production.
It is. Yeah. And I do appreciate the video that you put out for the reboxing. That was definitely helpful. And so you got lucky because you had the acrylic tiles. So all of those 2 trays of the bigger tiles were all set for you. And
yes,
I was sitting there, I'm like, where do all of these go? So that was a little annoying, punching all the stuff out. Then I had these stacks of tiles. And I know it's all numeric in those, top down, left, right,
Yep.
numeric, and but I still wanted them to be exactly how they were supposed to be, even though it really doesn't matter. So one thing I wound up doing is I paused your video when you had your acrylic tiles, and I'm like, okay, the distillery goes here, the school goes here, the wharf goes here. So I've got them all sorted appropriately. And actually, I don't think I mentioned this to you. Mine had an issue, component issue, where I got 2 bags of 1 victory point. I did not get any 5 victory points. So I had to open up a ticket with them, which, I'm sure they're closed for like the next week. So maybe
Yeah.
I'll get some replacements sometime in 2028. Something like that. I don't know.
Hopefully
But
a lot sooner.
yeah, but I was thinking, I'm like, they're probably not going to want the the tokens back, like the extra bag of 1s that I have, so I can maybe like Sharpie a 5 onto them temporarily or something like that.
Yeah.
Not a huge deal, but still a little annoying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm sure they'll correct that.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. And I noticed you didn't have San Juan on here because you played that one too, right?
Yeah, I did. How did I miss that? I did play San Juan. Right here.
Yeah.
So San Juan, I did pick up San Juan, the special edition as well. This is essentially Puerto Rico, the card game.
Light.
Yep. Yeah, and it's really good. Now I do prefer Puerto Rico. There's,
yep.
Obviously, but if you want to play Puerto Rico in a short amount of time, San Juan, the card game,
Easy to set up, easy to carry, and really well done as well.
Yeah.
And it was only $15.
Yeah, it's so well worth it. Yeah, I mean it's just cards.
Oh yeah.
So, but it's really fun, really fun. So yeah, check those out. All right, next, I did play Flip 7. I got a copy. I was able to secure several copies of the Grinch version of Flip 7. I actually gave it away to all my kids and to my mother. I bought one for myself because the artwork is just super cool. So, again, I do have an unboxing video of Flip 7, the Grinch edition, on our YouTube page. You can check out if you'd like to see what the artwork looks like. I believe that this edition, don't quote me, don't hold me to it, but I've only seen it at Walmart, and I think it's a Walmart exclusive, but I'm not 100%.
For now.
Yeah, for now. So maybe next winter it'll get wider distribution, but if you're looking for it, check Walmart. Check Walmart online. I got mine from Walmart.com. I was able to grab 5 copies of it because it was not in my stores. So check that out. Also, I played another small card game, Big Sur. So this is one I got from 25th Century Games. Got it earlier in the year. It was came with a bunch of other things. This is where you are putting cards out to kind of create the what is it? Some highway in California, and you're trying to match like type of scenery, and there's landmarks that you can put in when you meet certain conditions, and you're putting cards down with and it's like a multi-function card game. So Rob, you might like it, but you pay cards to put cards down. You have to use other cards with the certain type of currency that are on some of the cards. So you're trying to decide which ones do you keep, which ones you're going to let go to use as money to pay for the other cards. So there's a lot of decision making like that, but it's pretty nice little game. I did enjoy it. Played Echoes of Time with my oldest son. Says again, another Simon Luciani game, and I do like this one. He enjoyed it a lot. I think he beat me on both times we played it. So, but it's that's another good game. Played some more Botswana. This is a reprint of a Reiner Knizia game. pretty quick card game. The newest release from 25th Century Games does have some really nice wooden animals, and the artwork on the cards is really nice. Plays really quick. So that's Botswana. Played some more Don't Wama. This is a fun game that my family loves. It's a great card game. I think you can get this for like $8 to $10 or something. I mean, it's great. All right, next, I played Alibi. So this is from All Play. This is one of those small box games, and it is. I think the way I would have described this is, if you like code names, I think you're going to like Alibi. Now, Alibi, you have a bunch of these characters out on the in front of you. I think there's up to 12. If you've got 5 players, you put all 12 out, I believe, something like that. But then you put a word card on every one of these characters. So very much the word cards look just like code names, same types of same idea. But then we all shuffle up like the 12. However many alibis are out on the board, you take that many, you take their cards, shuffle them up, deal 2 to every player, and then you look at them, and those are your 2 alibis. I might have number 1 and number 7, right? So then they each have a word on them, and now I've got to write on my little dry erase board one word that links those 2 random words that have nothing to do with each other together. So I got to come up with some way to try to get everyone else to find those 2 words on the board just by giving them one. And so everyone's doing this, and then you have another dry erase board that has all the characters on it. And what I'm going to do is, like, I'll just put my word out, say what my word is, and then everyone else is trying to figure out, okay, of all the words on the table, which 2, and they mark this secretly on their board. And you're trying to match everybody's 2 alibis, and then there's going to be 1 left over, and that's going to be the perpetrator. So everybody's trying to find the right perpetrator. So there's like a whole bunch of heat, they call it, these little cardboard tokens, points, if you will, in the middle of the game, or in the middle of the table in the game, at the start of the game. And if any player gets both of my alibis, we take a point out of the pile, which is what you want. You want to get down to 0 because it's the heat, the cops, they're onto you. So, and then if for every player that can guess correctly who the perpetrator was, you remove 3 of those heat tokens out. So that's kind of really what you want to focus on to try to be very successful in the game, is to make sure you get the perpetrator. That's the most important. And you'll go around, I think it's 3 rounds total, trying to remove all the heat from you and your crew. And that's essentially what it is. And it's actually really fun. I really like this. I love code names. And this was just kind of like another way to play code names cooperatively, in essence, in a small box game. So if you like code names, I do recommend checking out Alibi. It plays, I believe, up to 5 players. Might play 6. It might actually be 6, because I think we had 5 players and we had 1 left. So I think it goes 1 to 6 players, but a lot of fun. Next, I got a game for my kids for Christmas called OK Boomer. It's like a trivia game where the old people versus the young people. And so my kids challenged my mother and myself, and I'm happy to say we slaughtered them, kicked their butt. And they were all upset because, like, the things that they had, like their trivia questions that they asked us, were things that happened during their time frame.
Sure.
So, like, more modern, Gen Z, millennials, whatever, and they were like, then the questions they had to answer were things back, like in yours and our parents' time frame. And so my kids weren't too happy. Oh, this game's rigged. Because, yeah, it's like, we whooped your butt. We're just smarter than you. But they're like, how am I supposed to know these things that weren't, their thought was, the questions we asked them, they weren't even born for. The questions they ask us, we're still here.
Yeah.
But, we're not, older people typically aren't in all up on maybe the pop culture, the current trends. But my kids found out, yeah, their dad is all up on it. No, it was fun. They didn't like it, but I thought it was fun. So next, I got just two more. I played just one. Great party game. And then the last thing I played was my mother actually bought a game, and it's called Magnetic Stones. I could not find this on BGG, but I actually turns out I did find it under another name called Cluster.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's originally called Cluster. I guess someone, I don't know if Magnetic Stones is a legit or a pirated copy. It's basically the same game. But what it is you get this string, and you can make the string larger or smaller, but you lay this string like in a circle on the table, and then you have these magnets that are extremely strong, and everyone gets a certain amount, and you have to place your magnets inside the string.
Oh, okay.
It can't touch the string.
Yep.
And you don't want them to touch anything else. Mm-hmm. So as you're putting them in, eventually it's going to get harder to put a magnet in there. And then if it clumps any magnets together, then you have to take all those back into your hand. Basically, the first person to get rid of all their magnets wins the game. And it's challenging because, some side of your magnet will repel. So you could put it down and it could push another magnet into another magnet, and you got to pick those up. Or it could suck them into you. And sometimes just moving it over the table, you got to be careful. Like my mother went pretty close over the table, and then they all of them that were on the table all went clunk. Some came off the table and just collected to her one in her hand. And we were laughing about it.
That's funny.
So I was telling her next time, like, pretend like at the claw game, you come in way up top and come down.
Yeah.
So, but
there's some kids games like this. Over the years, I think I know what you're talking about. Do the magnets look like little pills or tablets or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, they're like a shiny black stone. I've seen these things like in stores, like you can just buy them, like they just stick together. They look like the same exact type of magnets. Okay. And so, but I think if you look up Cluster on BGG, I think they have the exact same. Let me see if I can find it. I think they have the same magnets. They're like these little shiny stone.
Oh yeah,
looking things.
Different than what I was thinking. Okay.
So, but yeah, those are the same thing that you get in the game that I'm talking about. So here in the States, my mother found one. I guess it's been going. I think she saw it on some social media thing. She's seen it quite a bit. It's like, this looks like fun. So, but that wraps up what I've played.
Cool. That's a lot of quality gaming there. And
yes.
So you're ending the year on a high note.
Oh, I definitely will, because on New Year's Eve day, so December 31st, I've got several members of my gaming group coming over to my house, and we are going to game into the night. So we're going to end the year the right way.
Awesome.
So,
all right. Before we get on with the news and our main topic, just to let you guys know that there's a couple ways you can contact us. You can reach out to us by email at contact@thisboardgamelife.com. You can also find us on our BGG Guild and also on YouTube. So you can leave a comment down there. We love getting comments on our channel as well as emails and all that other good stuff. So we look forward to hearing from you. Any comments on anything that we said, or if you'd like to give us your opinion on any of the games that we played, we'd love to hear it. So moving on over to the news section. You want to take the first two over here?
Okay. Sure. So if you are familiar with the publisher Leader Games, they have made the game. They make Arcs, Root,
Yep.
Oath, several other games like that. It seems like I think all their games have one word. It seems like Vast is another one. Well, they had, I guess they had announced a game called, where is it? Well, let me just read this because I'm already off. So, Leader Games has axed its next Kickstarter campaign just a few weeks before it was expected to launch, after the game's creator abruptly left the publisher and took his design with him. So, the surprise cancellation comes 4 months after the Root and Arcs publisher unveiled the crowdfunding campaign for Take, a risk management and negotiation game which sees up to 5 players executing a series of heists. Take's designer, Ted Kaya, had been employed by Leader for 6 years, previously as accounting manager and most recently as Minnesota-based publisher's executive director of operations. This game is Kaya's first design, which he has been working as a passion project for several years outside of his day job at Leader. A statement from Leader said, Take's designer, Ted, has decided to move on from the studio and on to his next grand adventure. He will be bringing Take with him. Due to this, we are canceling this crowdfunding campaign. We wish him the very best. So, as for the future of Take, that's squarely in the designer's hands. We enjoyed our playtest in the studio, and we certainly celebrate if and when Ted takes the next step towards production. So, probably have to follow him. I would imagine you could probably follow him on social media to find out for updates on if he's going to be able to get that crowdfunded somewhere else. But so that's that one. And then the next story that I had, this one is, this one's kind of a sad one, but again, the term "too big to fail" is not always true. So Mythic Games, formerly one of the most successful crowdfunding-focused board game publishers of all times, has officially been liquidated after financial collapse, which left it unable to fulfill millions of dollars worth of Kickstarter projects. The company, which operated out of Luxembourg, was condemned to a compulsory liquidation at the end of October for failing to publish its annual accounts. It's sad. Like, they said that these guys gained like $19 million from crowdfunding campaigns in just 5 years, and now they are unable to meet the demands and the expenses they had. Just in summer of 2022, they'd already had to subsidize more than $1.2 million of unexpected costs. And so, yeah, if you have backed some of these things from the company Mythic Games and you have not yet got your copies, or you want to know what the future is, does not look like it's going to be good. So Mythic did repeat they repeated the extra contributions maneuver for its 6th Siege crowdfunding in May of 2023, informing backers, some who've already parted with close to $500 in pledges and shipping, that they would need to pay an extra $249 in order to receive their game. This really stinks. I really hate to see this. Rob and I both back a lot of stuff, and we put a lot of money into some of these. Like we just with the Awakened Realms, they get a lot of money out of me, and it's just, we got to remember, and I'm kind of bringing this up just to remind our listeners and viewers that crowdfunding, GameFound, Kickstarters, they are backer kit. None of that is guaranteed. Your money can disappear and you could get nothing. So do back with caution and be aware that it could all go away. Things do happen. Companies do collapse. And, Mythic's been around for a while. So hopefully someone else will pick up some of these games that are out there, and maybe that's what you're going to kind of hope for, that someone will pick these up and be able to fulfill them still. Sometimes that can happen, but I think that's more of a rarity than anything. But so that's, hopefully, Rob, you got some better news for us.
Yeah, I was just looking at their title. I don't have any of their games. Yeah, I remember seeing Solomon Kane in the game store. That was a huge production. But yeah, it's sad to see them going through that.
Yeah.
But I've got a couple quick things to hit. Uh, First off, Fallout had, I mean, so in terms of games, it's been very popular for years. A lot of different versions have come out from the old school to the new, like Fallout 76 and all those other ones. And there's been the TV show, which has come out last year, I think. I don't think it was this year. Or if it was this year, it was really early this year. And season 2 just started. But and that's fantastic, by the way, Mark. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. But
Which show?
Fallout. Did you watch that one?
Oh, the one on. Oh, yes, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. It's
In
really
fact,
good.
I thought you were talking about something else. No, yes,
Yeah.
Fallout. I actually rewatched season 1 before starting season 2. Oh,
Oh, you did. Okay.
yes, so good. I
Yeah,
loved watching
it's
season 1 again.
there's something about that show that's like I really like it. And there's another one, Silo, that for some reason they're very similar to me, and I just adore them both. But anyway, so there is a light strategy card game coming out in the Fallout universe called Fallout Power Play. This is going to be coming out in 2026. It's designed by Resurrectionist Games, and they say easy to learn, hard to master. So for $30, you get 100 cards, some wasteland cards, location cards, and a couple other things. And basically, the gist of this is players take control of one of 4 factions: Brotherhood, Raiders, Enclave, and Super Mutants. And you work to gain control over locations in the wasteland. So if you're into Fallout, you might want to check this out. Especially, it's fairly inexpensive at only $30, and might be a little fun card game to play. Next up, there's another card game from Deep Print and Pegasus Spiel. It's a hacking deck builder coming out in January. I think January 9th or something like that. I saw somewhere. So anyway, it's somewhere in January. It's coming out. It's designed by Richard Wilkins with art by Lucas Siegman. So it takes place in a world of replicators, sparks, and supermassive computers. And it's a deck, or a decker is a master of hacking. So that's interesting. Playing a card game of sorts. So you're a decker, hacker. Anyway, so a decker is a master of hacking and cyber warfare who rises up to oppose a sentient, supermassive computer that is turned against its creators. So it has 10 different decks, 7 different supermassive computers. I'm assuming that those are like the opponents, right? And 40 objective cards. So this looks interesting. MSRP of $50, 1 to 4 players, and plays in 60 to 90 minutes. So you enjoy Patchwork, right? I think that was one of the first games that you got into back in the day.
Yeah, it's a nice little game.
Yeah, it's we'll say it's a classic from Uwe Rosenberg, one of his
Yeah.
lighter games. Asmodee, they picked up Lookout Games a couple of years ago, and they're now revamping Patchwork into yet another version. There's a couple of different ones already, but this is going to be Patchwork Revised Edition, a game for 2. And it's going to have a lower price point of $29.99, releasing on January 9th. They released a 10-year anniversary edition earlier this year at $35, so it's $5 less. So this is going to have updated components, a new color scheme, new artwork. And I'm just looking at the box here. Yeah, it's got 4 different things on it. like 4 different art styles, so that's kind of interesting. So it's got 3 game boards, 3 wooden tokens, 89 cardboard tiles and stuff. So if you want a fresh version of this game, or to give gifts to somebody, look for this coming out in a couple weeks. And then lastly, I know, Mark, you had backed Grim Coven from
Yes.
Awakened Realms not too long ago, and you've been playing that one in all of its grandiose goodness. And if people missed out on I was going to say Kickstarter, but it's more GameFound since it's Awakened Realms. But let's say if they missed out on the crowdfunding
Yeah.
or the late ordering, it's going to be coming out into retail January 30th. So in approximately 4 or 5 weeks, look for it at FLGS near you. And it's a 1 to 4 player game, 2 to 3 hour playtime, and it's going to have a retail of $120. So what do you think about $120 for this? Because I know the crowdfunding was probably considerably more.
Well, this is
That's a
the
good entry.
the cardboard version. So there might be, you might have some miniatures in the standard edition, but I think for the most part, it's just going to be and it might be all cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fantastic game, and there's a lot in it. The quality is still outstanding, and it's a boss battler, and it is tough, but
Yep.
it is absolutely fun. There's a lot of things that you can do with your character. You are upgrading your character each time you play, and you can try to evolve your character, or you can choose to just become more corrupted, which makes you more powerful. And so there's, but it's more deadly. The more corruption you take, the more deadly it is for the rest of your team. So yeah, it's a very interesting game, and there's a lot of replayability. So for like each boss, there's like 5 scenarios that you can play, and each scenario is harder. And there's, I want to say, at least 5, 6 bosses in the game, at least. There's a lot of replay value on it, so I think it's a good price for all the content and the amazing gameplay that it has. Yes.
Yeah, that link that I dropped into the notes, they have a picture in there of the components. It's a huge game. There's a lot of stuff. You need a big table. You're not going to be playing this on a little card table.
Nope.
But it's cool to see these come out into retail. And I've actually seen Castles of Burgundy a couple of times, the special edition in stores. So
yeah,
they are pushing them out into retail. And I don't think that this was retailers, or I don't think it was stores that were backing the Kickstarter, or not. I keep saying Kickstarter, the crowdfunding.
Funding, yeah.
Yeah. But look for those at your local friendly game store sometime soon. All right. On to what we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
2026 is almost upon us. Had some great gaming in 2025. What are we looking forward to in 2026? I'm glad you're wondering, because we're going to tell you. So we're going to go through our lists. I've got a couple of honorable mentions. I don't think we really kept these. Yeah, we'll just go through the list. It's not
they're not in any order
or anything like that. Yeah.
We want them all.
So here, I'll just start with mine, and we'll just flip through them.
Okay.
So the first one on my list is Brass Pittsburgh. So this is, I know you have this. Yeah, you've got this one on your list too.
Yep.
So we're both looking forward to this one. Brass Pittsburgh is yet another one of the Brass games. Originally it was just Brass, and then it was Brass, uh,
Lancashire,
Lancashire,
Brass,
and Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yes, thank you. So, now there's going to be a third one in the series. It's going to be interesting to see, what they do with this one. Brass as a whole is a great game. All the versions are really awesome, and hopefully this one is going to follow suit. So
yeah, I've backed this one, or I will be.
Yeah.
I think the campaign goes live in February on GameFound, and it's a Roxley game.
Yep.
I think at this moment, I think I own every Roxley game. I think I have purchased everything that they have made. So I love the quality of their games. They're just fantastic, and yeah, Brass is quite the juggernaut when it comes to that BGG score. And I honestly expect Brass Pittsburgh probably to jump to the top of the BGG probably hit number one spot pretty quickly. I would imagine.
Yeah.
And if it stays true to its form, which these guys are taking very good care of this IP, I think Brass Pittsburgh will sit at the top for a while.
Oh yeah.
So it's definitely on my list as well. Looking forward to it.
And Roxley has it on GameFound right now, so you can follow it for when it officially starts. And they've been doing updates over there. There's like 10 updates already from them, and a couple hundred comments as well from people.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've got some photos over there, which they lovingly label pre-campaign build-up. It's like, oh boy, it looks so good. Like, it looks so colorful, so well done. And yeah, I agree. This is going to be a big title for them for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, over to you.
All right. So another one I am really looking forward to, and I have been waiting a while on, is Tatsumi from Adam's Apple Games. This one, so this is the company that brought Planet Unknown, which is like my favorite game. But Tatsumi, it looks very different. It's I don't even know what to say what this game really is. You are moving these like rings, and you've got dragons, and you've got this board that they've now put like this. I think when it originally launched, they didn't even have like this clear tray, but now they have like this clear tray thing goes over the board to like hold these rings and stacks these rings in it. And it looks really, really good. There's 4 different island boards in this game. The front side are symmetric, the back side's unique. They've got a bunch of different types of cards and tokens in this game. And I honestly, I backed it probably a year and a half ago, I swear. But I don't even know what this game is anymore. But I remember seeing them play. They had it at Gen Con, and I was kind of standing there watching someone kind of play through it. And I'm like, oh, this thing looks cool. I can't wait to get it. And I'm just really looking forward to Tatsumi to finally get in my hands. I think it's going to be something I really, really like. So we'll see.
Awesome. Yeah, my next one is The Great Library. So this is another one of the Eagle Griffin, Take My Money, Vital Lacerda games in a big old box brain burner. I'm looking at the thing on BGG right now. It's a 4428, 100 to 180 minutes. But hey, it's art by Ian O'Toole. So he's a great artist. But looking forward to this one. I've got almost all of his Eagle Griffin releases. So this is going to be added to it as well, and I'm assuming it's going to be the same box size as everything else, basically annoyingly too big.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it goes. So definitely looking forward to the Great Library. The Kickstarter for it ended, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. So hopefully it's going to be hitting sometime later this year or later in 2026, I imagine.
All right.
Okay.
My next one is Aquaria, and this is from my favorite designer, Tomas Holek, and this supposedly is out. I've pre-ordered it, and I'm just sitting here waiting for it to arrive. It's someday, but I may have made a mistake. I think I pre-ordered this along with another game, and if that one's not coming out right away, then that's going to hold this one up probably. But Aquaria, you are, I guess, managing an aquarium. You're trying to have the most expertise in maintaining a thriving aquarium. And again, it's one of those things that doesn't sound, I think, on the outside, we're just reading it, doesn't maybe sound exciting as it says. Players will buy new fish, feed them, keep their aquariums in tip-top condition. Players will also show how they've progressed in their aquarist studies by how far they have moved on the encyclopedia tracks. But Tomas Holek has not let me down with his very first 3 games he released last year. I love every single one of them. And in fact, I'm reprinting inserts for SETI because SETI Space Agency's just arrived unexpectedly the other day. So I'm hoping these will arrive unexpectedly here sometime soon too. But Aquaria is another one I really am looking forward to. Worker placement, set collection, hand management, and it's Tomas Holek, who has not let me down yet. So I'm buying anything he makes until I get disappointed. He's an automatic pre-order for me.
Yep. Insta-buy,
Yes.
insta-back.
Exactly.
All that. No, I get it. Yeah, my next one is from Quined. Oh boy, games, and it's the latest from Paulo Soledad and Nuno Bizarro Sentiero, called Movers and Shakers. It's a new entry in the Master Print series. I need to get myself into another series, which,
yeah,
the completionist like thing is brutal. It's like I'm looking at you, City Collection. Anyway, this game looks really amazing. The Game Found campaign completed a little bit ago. This is the folks that brought us Panamax, which I don't know if you've ever played. This is a really popular game years ago. One of their first ones, and there was also Nippon, Madeira, Asian Tigers as another one. Just really looking forward to this. The components on it the production on it looks really good. And, production matters. At least it looks cool on the table. Who knows? But anyway, this is basically a railway tycoon style game where you're, competing with other folks to create a thriving economy of sorts. So looking forward to this one. I did back it, and hopefully we'll get it sometime here in 2026.
Cool. All right, my next one is no big surprise from Tomas Holek. This is Pondscape. But again, another one that doesn't sound super exciting, but it is a strategic card game. It's only going to take about 30 minutes, but players are going to create their own vibrant pond by carefully placing cards featuring various frog species in pond environments while collecting different insect types. So again, this is just another pre-order because it's Tomas, and I'm all about his games. The thing I really like about him is every game that I have played of his so far has been very different from each other. So he has a tremendous amount of ideas and is making things come together. They play so well, and like I said, I've got SETI, Tea Garden, and uh, Galileo Galilei, and they all came out in the same year, and they all play very differently, and and they were all fantastic. So I'm looking forward to playing Pondscape. Can't wait to get it in my hands. The fact that it's going to be a game by him that plays in 30 minutes is going to be nice to see what he does for a small box type of game. So I look forward to this.
Okay. My next one is Revenant. This one is from Mind Clash Games. And I don't even remember when I backed this one. I want to say like 15 years ago. It just seems like it's been that long. No, I'm just kidding. It's the campaign was a while ago, but it's supposed to be out here in 2026. And this is another one, a bit of a weighty game, longer game. Another one that's like 90 to 120 minutes, but designed by Alan Kirkby, and again, Ian O'Toole is the artist for this. This game looks really great. It's got all these little spaceships that look pretty cool. They definitely did, a nice job, with the 3D visualization on the table that made me go, yes, please, I want it. But it's a game that's a worker placement game set in the Voidfall universe. And it just looks really interesting, and I hope it delivers, and it seems like it will. Definitely looking forward to this one. That's Revenant from Mind Clash Games.
All right, my next game is quite a bit smaller than the one you just mentioned.
Yep.
And it's from Roxley and designer and artist Manny Tremblay. So, we can't go wrong, right? At least let's hope.
Yep.
But this one is a lighthearted game of backstabbery. So this is Excalibur, and it's a party game filled with bluffing, and subterfuge. So you're going to draw tiles from Avalon to find Excalibur. So, King Arthur and the famous sword. Then you're going to use the powers of Arthurian legend to keep it safe from other would-be kings around the table. And so you just got these chips, and you're going to be. It kind of gave me the idea of. It kind of reminded me of like Love Letter, but with more like in King Arthur's realm. So it kind of reminds me of Love Letter, I guess. It is bluffing, deduction, hidden movement. It's a memory game, which I could fail at big time, but there's just a lot going on in this small game, and it looks really, really fun. So that's Excalibur.
All right. My next one is Honor's End. This is from the folks at IV Studio. Every time I see that, I sort of want to say For Studio or IV. Anyway, it's from IV Studio. It's a cooperative deck builder, and the campaign for this one wrapped up a couple weeks ago as well. Fairly lightweight, so it's only a 2.5 out of 5. But it's a cooperative deck builder set in a medieval world, and it does look pretty cool on the table. They, our friends at IV have definitely, done a nice job with making things look good. I think it's just their production is awesome. Pretty much on everything that they've done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything from the artwork to the boards to everything. So again, Honor's End supposed to be out later in 2026. Looking forward to it, and seeing what else they have to offer.
All right, my next one that I'm really looking forward to, and I did see this at Gen Con. It's a big game. There's a lot of stuff in this game. This is from Bezier Games and designer Ben Rosset. This is the Game Makers. So you are basically making a game. Players are board game manufacturers racing to build the greatest collection of classic modern board games. And they have over 300 real world games from over 100 real world publishers. So like you can build games like Brass Birmingham, Arc Nova, Android Netrunner, Twilight Imperium, 4th edition, things like that. They've got licenses to put all these like games in this game, and you're going to be, trying to manufacture these and get these things made. And it looks phenomenal on the table. Like there is a lot. You're going to need a large table. There's a lot of plastic components in this thing, but it just looks super cool, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to get the Game Makers to the table. This is coming in at about a 2.9 out of 5, so right there in the middle. And plays 1 to 6, which I like. I really like games that I can get six players at. So this is can't wait.
Okay, my next one is called The Danes. This one's coming out in 2026 from Uwe Rosenberg and Gernot Kopke. I hope I'm saying that right. Artist is Dennis Lohausen, which is one of my favorite artists. I've mentioned him many times in the past. There's a couple. There's Menzel, Lohausen, and O'Toole that I really enjoy their artwork on their games. But anyway, The Danes is one of 2 games that Uwe has coming out here in 2026. We're going to talk about the other one here shortly. But The Danes is a worker placement game, basically set in the world of A Feast for Odin, which is a game that he came out with a couple years back. But it's still a little bit early for this game, for us to get like a ton of information on it. But I'm really excited about this because I'm always excited about the Uwe Rosenberg games. So that's The Danes. Over to you.
All right. My next one that I'm looking forward to is an Uwe Rosenberg designed game.
This is the other one. Yep.
But it's the special edition from Awakened Realms, and I believe Lookout Games, as well.
Yep.
They're doing a special edition of Agricola. And Agricola is one that I have heard a lot about throughout the years. I'll be honest, I've never played it. And
so we'll have to play it on this board game LifeCon 3.
Yeah. So I need to. I kind of went out and it's a special edition game of a classic, so it's like I'll just buy it.
Hey.
I'm hoping I'm gonna like it, but I think I probably will because it's such a beloved classic.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing this, but I would like to play this game at some point before my special edition arrives, much like Puerto Rico. Then I can get even more excited. So
we will do that, my friend. I got a couple versions of it.
Okay.
So my next one actually was Agricola, so I'll skip that one. And the next one is The Great Sea. Let me just pull it up real quick. This is from the team over at Garfield Games, designed by S.J. McDonald and Zach Smith. And, they have so many different games that are, I don't want to say similar-ish. There's Hadrian's Wall, there's Assyria. I'm drawing a blank because I have them all on my shelf, all on the same shelf because they're all the same size boxes. But with this one over here, it's set in the time of Carthage with the Phoenicians, and you're goal in the game is to be the first to gain victory through commerce. Who would have thought it? It seems like so many games back then are set in the IP, or not IP, in the same premise. I'm trying not to say trading in the Mediterranean, but I guess I just did. Anyway, it looks like a really interesting game. I like the Garfield games. I love their artwork, their art style that they have, all done by Sam Phillips. And I'm excited to see how this one turns out. So that's The Great Sea.
All right. Well, it's probably not a big surprise to you, Rob, but I've got more dice thrown on my list.
No surprise.
And that's Vanguard. So Dice Throne is bringing out 4 more heroes. This is designed by Nate Chetelier, John Heydrich, Manny Tremblay, with Manny Tremblay contributing to the art, along with Britt Anderson and Nick Millara, published by Dice Throne Incorporated. They're bringing out 4 new Vanguard heroes: the Druid, the Duelist, the Forge Master, and the Sun Elf. Again, they're compatible, just like if you're familiar with Dice Throne, all the Dice Throne characters, whether they are the kind of unique characters that Dice Throne themselves have created, or they are from the Marvel world, they're all interchangeable. You can mix and match as you wish. But, yep, they're got 4 more coming out this year, so that obviously on my list.
Okay, next up for me is Mystic Lands. I think we talked about this one a couple weeks ago in our news section. This is the next game from John D. Clare. It's kind of like a later version of Mystic Vale, which he came out with a bunch of years ago. It was one of the first games that had card crafting in it. Think of the game that he had. Oh man, it was a copy of Custom Heroes.
Yeah,
Didn't we either played it at the AEG thing or
we have it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Unstoppable.
no,
right?
No. There was a new game. Anyway,
okay,
not a big deal. But this is an incredibly beautiful looking card crafting game, released by or coming out from John D. Clare and then the folks over at AEG. So I would not be surprised if this is going to be at AEG Big Game Night in some form. But definitely looking forward to this. The art on it is just incredible, like so vibrant. Like it's like HDR in real life. But yeah, looking forward to this one, Mystic Lands.
Are you thinking of Ruins? The one of the all-play game that he just put out this year?
Maybe. While you're talking, I'll see if I can find it.
Okay. All right. So my next game I'm looking forward to is Wonderland's War Duel. I don't really like much in the duel, but I do have people I can play against. But Wonderland's War is such a beautiful, fantastic game. They're just making a two-player version of the original game with its own flavor to it, their own twist and stuff. So it's a tug-of-war inspired version of the kind of classic bag builder that has 3 win conditions instead of the most points wins. And that's, again, looks beautiful. Looks just like Wonderland's War. If you've seen that, I mean, it's just absolutely a beautiful looking game. And so this one's just going to be a 2-player version, and it'll be fun to see how this plays. And I look forward to getting this one to the table sometime in 2026.
You were correct. That is Ruins.
Okay.
Yeah. So my next one is Calypso. This is a game that had a campaign a couple months back. It's designed by Giles Turbide from Inside Up Games. It looks really interesting. It's a tile-laying survival game. I sort of think Waterworld when I look at it, of sorts. So you're basically building floating settlements, in a water world. Definitely looks interesting. Has a decent play time, less than 60 minutes, weight of 3.0, and you can play it solo, which I always enjoy. So that is Calypso.
Yeah, okay, cool. My last one, no, not my last, second to last, is one called Satchel Quest. So this is designed by Molly Johnson, Robert Melvin, and Sean Stankiewicz. The art is by Vincent Dutray, published by Weird City Games. And this one intrigued me. I backed this one. It says this is a competitive bag building dungeon adventure. So in this game, players are going to draw double-sided chips out of a bag, choose which side to play, and then place it strategically on the current floor of your dungeon map to attack monsters, block damage, trigger ranged effects, or set up for big combos. They say exact placement matters as chips interact with adjacent spaces and can chain together for powerful results. So this looks really interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this has. I think this could be a really exciting game for a group of people to play. So,
okay, my next one is Class of '89. This is a game coming out from Paverson Games, designed by Corey Jordan. I'm not fully sure on the premise because it's about doing yearbooks.
oh yeah, I remember
But
this.
the thing is, I'm Class of '89, so
Loser.
yeah. So it's interesting from that aspect. So I'm curious to see exactly how it turns out. Hopefully, I'll be pleasantly surprised. It's Class of '89.
All right, my last one I've got on my list. Now, I've got several other games, but they're more like expansions to current games. So there's still a lot more things I'm looking forward to. But the last one I put on my list that I wanted to talk about today was Container. And this is a reprint. I believe it's All Plays is doing this. And this is supposedly a very out of print type of game that All Plays bringing back, and it was very successful, very well thought out game designed by Franz Beno DeLong, Thomas Ewert, and Kevin Nesbitt, with Adam Alsuch Boardman doing the art. And this is during your play, you're going to build factories, produce containers, set prices, negotiate with your rivals, sail across the sea to trade, and obviously buy low and sell high. So that's the goal of the game. And like I said, it's just been one of those people were super excited by this reprint, and figured I would jump on and check it out, get a copy.
And it looks to be like a reasonable size box. Kind of like some of their other ones, like Through the Desert and so forth. It's not like that massive
right
Ticket to Ride or coffin size box, which is nice.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, and then my next one, I've got two more. I'll just go through them fairly quickly. First one is Away Team: The Voyages of the Pandora. This is a reprint of a game called The Voyage of the BSM Pandora, which came out a billion years ago in 1981. I was trying to see who was published by. Yeah, published by SPI. Looks like. But anyway, it's a reprint of an old game. And it is designed by John Butterfield, published by GMT Games. So it's going to be pretty hardcore. And interesting thing about this is that it you can play it a couple of different ways. There's a solo mode. There's this 2-player mode that you can play in it. So there's a solitaire campaign, and then a 2-player game, and then something that they call the solitaire star system game. So it's just interesting, an interesting readaptation of an old game that I'm looking forward to. So 2026 release for this one, Away Team, The Voyages of the Pandora. And lastly, Mage Knight. It's a game that came out a billion years ago, or 10, 15 years ago, whichever's closer. Mage Knight came out by Vlada Kvadl and had a bunch of different expansions that came out since. And this is probably like the first expansion in the last 10 years, maybe, for this game. And it's not by Vlada, it's by somebody else. I don't remember who it was. But it's just cool to see more content for this game.
Bill Pettifer.
Okay. But yeah, it's Mage Knight is a fantastic game. So looking forward to that one. And that's all that I had.
Cool.
So yeah, let us know what you guys are excited about. Just email us over at contact@thisboardgamelife, or just leave a comment on the show on one of the many different places, on our BGG Guild, on the YouTube channel. We would love to hear what you think and what you're looking forward to, and if you share some of the same games, or if you have something new that we haven't heard about. So I believe that's about it for episode 111. Do you have anything else you want to mention? Or
I'm good.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you in 2 weeks with episode 112 in 2026. And we'll catch you at the table.
Thanks again. It's been a great year. Thank you for supporting the show and all that we're doing on the channel. We look forward to all the gaming and all the content that we're going to be able to provide in 2026. Take care. We'll see you in the new year.